Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the next part of speech, verb. What is a verb and what role does it play in a sentence? Verb is the most important part of speech and it is the most important part of a sentence. Without verb, we can't frame a sentence. Without other parts of speech, we can frame a sentence, but we can never frame a sentence without verb. In this way, we can say that verb plays the very important role in a sentence. Without verb, there is no sentence. What a verb does and what is the role of a verb in a sentence? What a subject does. A verb tells us about a person or thing or a subject. What a subject does. The word that tells us what a subject does is an action word. For example, speak, teach, write, read, play, run, sit, stand. These action words are known as verbs. Not only the action words, these action words can also be found in passive form. What a subject does when the action word is in active form. But next is what is done to the subject. If something is done to the subject or an action is done to the subject, an action word is found in its passive form. But this is also an action word. And thirdly, what a subject is and what a subject has. For example, this is a pen. Here the word is tells us about the state of being of this pen, this subject. Or I have a pen. If a word tells us about the possession of something or state of being of something is also a verb. In this way, let us take a few examples. He plays cricket. Here, he is the subject. Cricket is an object. And what is plays? This is a verb. This is a verb. As you see, this is the subject and this part is known as the predicate of a sentence. It means a verb is always the part of predicate in a sentence. Mohan writes a letter. What does Mohan? What is Mohan doing? He writes a letter. What a subject does or what Mohan does? He writes a letter. This is a verb and this is the part of predicate in this sentence. It means a verb is always the part of predicate in a sentence and it plays a very important role in the sentence. Third, the flowers are beautiful. Although there is no any action because the subject flowers are beautiful. Flowers are subject. Beautiful is an adjective which tells something about the flowers. And what is the state of being? Are. Are is a verb here. It is playing the role of a verb in this sentence. It tells us about the state of being of flowers. I have a car. What do I have? I have a car. It means it tells us about the possession. Again, this is a verb. We can say that plays, writes, are, have, these are verbs. It means verbs are action words or state of being in a sentence. Let us know some features of a verb. A verb is the most important part of speech and it is the most important part of a sentence. Without verb, we can never frame a sentence. Second, it is the part of predicate in a sentence. Third, no sentence can be framed without a verb. And fourth, it may have one or more than one words. For example, Mohan writes a letter. There is a single word verb, writes. But in the present continuous tense, I can say Mohan is writing a letter, is writing Two words are there in the verb in this sentence. And Mohan has been writing a letter, has been writing. Three words are there. It may have one or more than one words depending upon the tense of the sentence. In this way, we learn about verb. This is the introductory part of verb. What is the verb and what role does it play in a sentence? Students, now we are going to learn the concept of transitive verbs and intransitive verbs and difference between them. In case of transitive verb and intransitive verb, we should go through a few sentences and learn the usage of these verbs. For example, the driver stopped the car. यहाँ पर सब्जेक्ट है द ड्राइवर, जो कि डूअर ऑफ एक्शन है. द ड्राइवर, what he did? He stopped the car. What did he stop? The car. Object. अगर मैं इस सेंटेंस को केवल यहां तक बोलूं, द ड्राइवर स्टॉप्ड. द ड्राइवर स्टॉप्ड what? We need an object to complete the sense of this sentence. The driver stopped the car. It means we need this object to complete the sense of this sentence. Next is, children are flying kites. Children, subject, are flying, verb, kites, object. We cannot say children are flying kites. We need an object to complete the sense of this sentence. Children are flying dash. He spoke the truth. He spoke what? He spoke the truth. They fought the enemy. Whom did they fought? With whom did they fought? They fought the enemy. Let us go through few more sentences in which we need no object to complete the sense. For example, the car stopped. Who made the car stop? We don't know. Someone else. यहाँ पर subject is not important. The car stopped and we need no object to complete the sense of this sentence. The birds fly. The birds fly. We need no object to complete the sense because this sentence is complete or has a complete sense by itself. It needs no object to complete the sense of this subject. He spoke loudly. Here, the word loudly is an adverb, which is qualifying the verb spoke. He spoke loudly. Needs no object to complete the sense. And they fought bravely. Again, the word bravely is an adverb of manner, which is qualifying the noun fought. They fought bravely. These four sentences need no object to complete the sense of them. Now, one more thing. Here, action is stop. The action of stopping the car. It passes over from the subject to object, the car. The action passes over. Next, children are flying kites. The action is received by the kites, or action passes over to the object. And action of speaking is passing to the truth, object. And action of fighting in this sentence is passing over to the enemy. In this way, when the action passes over to the object, is known as, the verb is known as transitive verb. And when the action does not pass over to an object, the verb is known as intransitive verb. Now, let us take the concept of how can we identify a transitive or intransitive verb in a sentence. Look at this formula. Make a question or frame a question. Verb plus what or verb plus whom. If you get an answer, if you get an answer, the answer will be the object of the transitive verb, and that verb will be said as or said to be a transitive verb. Or when we get no answer, frame a question verb plus what or verb plus whom. If we get no answer, the verb here is intransitive verb. Let us try. Verb plus what means the driver stopped the car. So verb is stopped. Stopped what? The car. Here we get the answer in first sentence, the car. It means this is the object to this verb, and we need this object to complete the sense of this sentence. Next is children are flying kites. Again verb plus what? Flying what? And we get the answer kites. If we get the answer as an object, the verb here is used as transitive verb. He spoke the truth. Spoke what? The truth. They fought the enemy. They fought whom? They fought whom? Verb plus whom. Fought whom, and we get the answer the enemy. If by framing this question we get the answer as an object, the verb is used as a transitive verb. But when we get no answer, by framing such questions, for example, the car stopped. Stopped what? We get no answer. It needs no object. The birds fly. Fly what? No answer. Spoke loudly. The spoke what? Spoke to whom? No answer. And they fought bravely. They fought whom? Still no answer. It means there is no object to these verbs, and these sentences need no object to complete the sense or meaning of these sentences. So, in these sentences, the verbs stop, fly, spoke, and fought are used intransitively. Now, let us take a few more examples. A transitive verb needs an object to make a complete sense. Let's go through these examples. The Prime Minister inaugurated. This is a sentence. Is it a sentence? I think no. Because what is a sentence? Sentence is a group of words having a meaningful sense. Does it have a meaningful sense? Does it have a complete meaning? No. The Prime Minister inaugurated what? No answer. But it has no complete sense. That's why we have to add something here to make a meaning or complete sense of this sentence. The Prime Minister inaugurated Sri Ram Mandir, Sri Ram Temple. Next is the servant broke. The servant broke what? We have no answer. We have to add something as an object to make the complete sense of this sentence. The servant broke the tray, broke the jug, broke the glass. Next is the I like. Has no complete meaning. I like what? We have to add something here. I like chocolates. I like pizza. I like fruits. In this way, we have to add an object here to make its complete sense. Now, the child cried. This verb cried needs no object to complete its meaning. It has a complete meaning by itself. The river overflowed. The baby sleeps. We can say that some verbs or a few verbs come, go, lay, sleep, die, fall, etc. need no object to complete the sense of the sentence. That is why these verbs are known as intransitive verbs. Now, let us take one more thing. A few verbs like give, ask, offer, tell, etc. most of the verbs, most of the transitive verbs take a singular or a single object after them. But these verbs give, ask, offer, tell, etc. have two objects or double objects. One is known as direct object and the another one is known as indirect object. How will you identify the direct object and indirect object in a sentence? It's very simple. Frame a question, verb plus what? You will get the direct object. And frame a question, to whom something is given or for whom something is done. You will get the indirect object. Let us take an example. Sharma sir teaches us English. Here, this verb teaches has double objects, two objects, us and English. What does Sharma sir teach us? English. Means teaches what? English. English is direct object in this sentence. And to whom English is taught? Or to whom does he teach English? To us, objective pronoun, objective case of pronoun. This is used here as an indirect object. For example, he gave me a wristwatch. What did he give? What did he give me? A wristwatch. A wristwatch is the direct object. And whom did he give the wristwatch? To me. He gave a wristwatch to me, or he gave me a wristwatch. Me is an indirect object in this sentence. We can say there are some verbs which are transitive and some verbs are intransitive. We have learnt the difference between them. Now, I want to tell you that many verbs are there who are used as well as transitively as well as intransitively. They are used transitively as well as intransitively. We shall discuss with a few examples the verbs or the use of verbs as transitive verbs and intransitive verbs in the next video. Thank you very much.